tell you I spiral. I just don't want to do it. I have a high pain tolerance. I'm getting this tattoo removed. The future means problem, sorry. I went from stressed with no job offers. I don't want to move ever again. Really, like it's not that painful. Apparently I have a lot of shoes. The stairs were stairs. I like to keep moving, as you guys know. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. How are we all doing? Happy Sunday, Saturday, whatever day it is with you. I'm in my new flat. We moved and yeah, I love it. I feel like I mentioned in my last video, if you haven't seen my last video, it was a bit of a, was it the last video? The video before that was a kind of little catch up talking about how I was looking for a new job and how our landlord wanted to move back in, so we needed to find somewhere new to live, and it was a little bit stressful going to different flat viewings and things like that. I feel like we went to 16 flat viewings or something ridiculous like that, and I mentioned at the end of that video how there was a viewing the next day. That's where we are now, and I just had a feeling that I wanted to apply before I'd even viewed it. I feel like I just know sometimes, and I knew, and we got it, and I liked it. And then my last video, my dad arrived in Sydney to visit for a couple of weeks, and lucky timing for us, maybe bad timing, I don't know. We got the keys to our new flat the day after he landed, so poor guy was moving furniture for us, helping us clean the flat. Last video was a bit of our first like moving vlog, getting everything here, trying to get everything sorted, packing up, moving. It wasn't too stressful, it wasn't too bad. I don't want to say it was like really bad, because it wasn't like the worst thing in the world. I've pretty much moved every year of my life for the last like 10 years, and people think I like moving, and they're not wrong. I do love a good move, but now I hate it. I feel like I'm over it now. Like the excitement of moving and doing something new, I still love like the excitement of moving somewhere new and the change. I do love that, which in the future down the road might be an issue when I have to maybe permanently stay somewhere, which I'm not into. I like to keep moving, as you guys know. I don't like to stay in the same place for long. Besides Sydney, which might be the longest place we've probably ever lived, because love it. The whole packing up, carrying it down, putting it into the van, moving it into the new place, going back, getting new stuff, trying to get the bed in, I'm over it. I'm over the packing. I feel like that was my last move where I'm doing it. The next move I do, I'm just going to pay someone to come in, pack it up, move it for me. I do not want to deal with the stress. I just don't want to do it. I hate it. Absolutely hated it. It only took us one day, so it wasn't like that bad really. It was one day of moving, and honestly thank God my dad was here, because we bought a bed and a sofa off Facebook Marketplace, and I swear if he wasn't here to help us, I don't know what we would have done. We would have really struggled getting the furniture in here. It would have just been absolutely impossible to get it. And like our last building had a lift, fab. This building, kind of bad parking. There isn't really any parking and no lift. We're not very high up, so like it's not an issue, but still stairs. The stairs were stairs, and the stairs weren't very fun. I don't want to move ever again. I know eventually we're probably going to have to, but my current opinion on moving is I'm never leaving this place, ever. I don't want to see another apartment. I don't want to move. I really liked our last apartment. It was like our first real apartment in Sydney. I was really excited to move into it. It had such a lovely view. It was really high up. It was possibly too hot, especially going into summer. I'm actually quite thankful we don't live there anymore, because it was absolutely boiling, like beyond sweaty in there, and I loved it there. But boy was I wrong. This flat is so nice. It's even better. I love this flat so much more. It feels homey. It really feels like ours. I'm in the bedroom, as you can see. It's nice. I like it. We didn't want to buy wardrobes or carry them, so we just bought these hanging rails for now, which is fine. I love them. They're super cute. I got the like nicer, slightly nicer ones on Kmart for like 30 bucks. Way cheaper, easier, less heavy than a wardrobe. It's kind of future-proof to like sell these and get these out so much easier than, again, a whole wardrobe. So we've been in here about, I don't even know how long, not even a week maybe. It's been a bit like trying to go out and enjoy having my dad visit Sydney, taking him to like, I don't know, the opera house, like cool things that he might want to see, while also living out of a box, waiting for the mattress to arrive, everything being absolutely like everywhere. It did start to get to me a few days ago. I was like, right, I need a minute. I need to like get things organized, otherwise I'm just gonna like explode, because everything was just everywhere, and I just needed a bit of normality, stability and organisation in my life. So I organised pretty much everything. Sorry if you can hear the road noise. We're like 90% there, you know, like I'm picking up a desk on Facebook to put here so that I have a desk to be able to obviously work, get ready and things like that, because I don't have anywhere at the moment. But again, not really a priority. But we got the sofa all set up, the lounge is looking a bit clearer. There's definitely a few bags and boxes where I don't know what to do with. You know, the boxes of just like stuff that you don't want to get rid of, but you probably should, but you kind of need. They're just shoved under here because I just don't know what to do with, which ultimately, if we ever leave Australia, is going to be a nightmare. Like, what the hell do we do with that kind of stuff? Who knows what we will do with that then. But again, not current me's problem, future me's problem, sorry. I even took my dad on a bus tour, which I never thought I would do. I don't know, I think I probably did one in London when I was like 12 or something like that. And I do feel like the London one is like, I don't know. I think Sydney's quite small, so I didn't really need to do the bus tour, but my dad didn't want to, like, can't be walking so much all the time, so it was nice to just get him on the bus so he could see some of the sights. My dad's not a typical dad, you know, like he's not actually bothered about seeing anything. He legit actually just came to visit us. I know people say that and they still want to see things. He doesn't. Like, if he saw nothing in Sydney, he would be fine. But I wanted to do something. The bus tour in Sydney is good, but I wouldn't say it's as good as like somewhere like London, because the London roads you can actually drive around things, whereas Sydney is so walkable, especially around like the harbour. There's no roads there. Like, the road that the bus went on was quite far back. You couldn't actually see anything unless obviously you got off and hopped on and off the bus to go and look there, but you couldn't actually see that much from the bus, if that makes sense. So it was good, but I don't know if it's like 100% worth it. I'm 50-50 on the bus tour. Let me keep giving you an update, job update. So last time I spoke to you, you guys know I was having some job interviews. This was like, obviously the moving vlog was last. The last 2 vlogs before that, I was talking about job interviews, finding a job, like really knuckling down, taking it seriously, trying to find a job in Sydney. And it's been a bit of a nightmare. I do think the visa doesn't help, but you know, it's one of those things. The job market is tough anywhere. I really knuckled down. I started applying to a ton of things, and in the last video I mentioned how I had an interview, and then I had an interview on Monday and it went really well, and I was just kind of waiting to hear. So I got another interview for this job and it went really well. I went from stressed with no job offers to 2 job offers on this same day. And when I mean the same day, I mean within minutes. One person texted me saying, "Are you available for a phone call?" And I replied saying yes, and then my phone rang. But it wasn't the person who I'd just texted, it was the other job calling me to offer the job. And then I rang back the other one and they offered me the job literally within minutes apart. I was like, what? Are you joking me? After all this time, I'm getting 2 job offers at the exact same moment. I don't remember what I told you in the last job, but the first job I was applying for was a little bit longer of a process. It had like an online interview, an in-person interview of course, and then I did a task, and that was like another week of work, and then it wasn't weeks worth of work, but it was like another week of doing that before hearing from them. And then the other interview was just a Friday and a Monday, super quick turnaround, really quick interview process, and I got offered the job. So I tell you, I spiraled and I didn't know what to do, because I was like dead set on the first job. I was like, that's the job I want. And then this other job like came out of left field, knocked me out, and was like, what about me? And I tell you, I sat all night and I did a pros and cons list. I was like, what do I want from the job? Like, what's good about this job? What's bad about this job? How am I feeling? And you know when you just don't know how you feel and it's really hard to know actually what you're feeling? That's kind of how I felt. I just had no idea. So I just started writing down kind of the same pros and cons for each one, like flexibility, more office time, pay, what actual work I would be doing, what projects would I be working on, will I like the actual job? And I think it really came down to, in the end, would I like the job I'd be doing? I've spent a lot of time in jobs where I don't actually like the job I'm doing. All the extra benefits are amazing, like not in the office too much, you know, you get to work from home sometimes, there's flexibility, pay, things like that. Does that outweigh the actual work I'm doing? Whereas a few of the jobs I've had have had really good other things, but the actual work I was doing, I low-key like hated, or maybe I was bored, or I didn't enjoy the day, or it would really drag. And I feel like my brain has kind of had a flip where actually the work I'm doing and the job I'm actually doing, I want to enjoy, I want to be passionate about, I want to get up for work every day and be like, yes, like I really care about this and I want to do this, over, yeah, I get to work from home for a bit, but I'm like kind of miserable in the job. It was really the decision, to be honest, because both jobs are very similar. Obviously, like I work in social media, I work in video editing, I work in the creative space. So the jobs are obviously going to be very, very similar, but it was kind of a decision on what projects I would be editing or working on that I then made the decision of. I made the wrong decision to start off with, went for the second job, and I was like, yeah, you know what, I think that's the right job for me. It's super flexible, I really like it. And then after I made that decision, my body like was not okay. I was like, why do I feel like this? I don't feel good about this decision. And I think I needed to make a decision to know whether I'd made the right decision, if that makes sense. Which sounds crazy because you feel like you should know, like your brain should know, but my body told me, and I appreciate that from my body. I needed to know. I can't wait to have a desk so I'm not just out on the floor all the time getting ready. That would be nice. I'm nervous, like, to be starting a new job. I don't really know, like, never really know what you're walking into. Like, I've not worked for a little bit, like getting back to a routine. And an update, any family members or friends who are watching this who wanted to know what's going on, that is what's going on. You now have the update. I have a tattoo update. She's looking a little crusty dusty because I had a laser tattoo removal appointment. I'm getting this tattoo removed. I can't believe that. Like, it feels wild, but it's really easy to do, really. So it's not like, obviously you shouldn't go into getting tattoos thinking you're going to get them removed, and I never thought I would. In this case, I am pretty happy that it is something that is available for me to do. So I don't actually know how many tattoos I have. It's a decent number at this point. I want to say like 10 to 20. I don't really know where I sit in there. Maybe 16, I'm not sure. I don't know, I feel like I shouldn't be getting it removed, and like it's not like I hate it, like don't get me wrong. It's so swollen. I should probably ice it. It looks kind of, can you see how lumpy that bit of my arm is? Ew. It's not like I hate it. We don't hate the birds. It's just, it doesn't go with the rest of me, and I find myself hating it. And obviously it's summer, I'm gonna have my arms out. I want to like what's there, and this is just horrible. It's so thick and it's so uncomfortable, and I just don't like the way it looks. So I have decided to get it removed. I had the first appointment yesterday, so she's a little crusty, she's a little swollen, she's a little red today. So I'm gonna go put some, look at that swelling. I'm gonna go put some panthenol on, and I might ice it as well to get it to go down a little bit because she's a little swole. It's going to be a long process, which is why I originally went for a consultation about it 4 or 5 months ago. It may be something ridiculous like that, and he was like, yeah, looking at how like thick and deep this tattoo is, it's going to take like 10 sessions, and the sessions are every like 8 weeks. So this is like a year plus commitment, maybe 2-year commitment, which is why I didn't want to commit in the first place, because I was like, my god, it's going to look so bad for so long. You don't, especially with how thick this tattoo is, I probably won't notice till session like 4 or something, and then it's going to start to look shit before it fully goes. So I think that's what was kind of putting me off, because I was like, I don't like it, I don't want it there, but do I want it to look really ugly in the process of it going? And I decided like I just need it gone. Like I just need it gone. I originally had a guy do a consultation, and I'm going to say this in the nicest way. I have a high pain tolerance, and he was like, he sat me down and he was like, look, like take some time to think about this. It's really painful. Like it's one of the most painful things. Like we can do numbing cream. They like blast cold air on it. If you've ever had like laser hair removal, it's kind of the same, where they do the laser and they blow really cold air on it to like help with the pain, because it's kind of like being stung by a bee that's on fire, and it's like really painful. And he was like look, you can use numbing cream, like it's gonna be really painful. And then the appointment I had yesterday was with a girl, and she was like how are you with pain? I'm like, yeah, it's fine. She was like, oh yeah, like some girls say like laser, like hair removal is more painful. And I was like, this is fine then. And I'm not saying it didn't hurt, because I was like, that hurt, like it was sparking, like it hurt, but really like it's not that painful. And it took like 2 seconds. She did it for maybe a minute and a half when she went over it. She did like a few, and she was like, how's that? And I was like, yeah, just get it done. Around the wrist, a little stingy, not gonna lie. Stingy's probably not a strong enough word for the pain, but Yeah, it was a minute long. It's nothing. Honestly, guys, if you're thinking of doing it and you know it's like the right decision, just do it. It's really not that painful. I actually can't talk and put mascara on apparently. What is this position? Does anyone else do the mascara in the weirdest position? I got the new Bounce Balm from Vive. Can't get this in Australia. Please, Vive, come to Australia. It's the best thing I've ever had. All my makeup bag is just basically all Vive products. I asked my dad to bring me a load of Vive products from Space NK. So he went into Space NK at home, asked for some Vive products, and he brought me them in his backpack here. So thanks, Dad. I did a bit of shopping, so I'm kind of going through everything. This is the room. This is the main stuff I've organised. So we've got 2 clothing rails that I got from Kmart. And then I got this, is it 5-tier shoe rack from Kmart as well. Just a big plastic shoe rack because apparently I have a lot of shoes. I know I had a lot of shoes. There is 2 of us, and the difference between this flat and the last flat is the last flat had like that big mirrored built-in wardrobe, whereas this is empty, which is I think why when I first moved in I was very overwhelmed, because I was like, there's nowhere to put anything. So I bought this big shoe rack so that all our shoes could fit on it. I've got one each, so this is my clothes rail, this is Dan's clothes rail, which he doesn't actually have that much hung up, and I've got a few dresses, and I feel like I might start creeping this way with my stuff because I feel like it's getting a little heavy because I hang up more things, or I have more things that need hanging. And we've got just kind of these baskets. These I'm not quite sure about yet. We're still dealing with it because there's a few like cardboard boxes that I found to put some clothes in, some baskets just with like pajamas and things like that down there. New flat's coming along nicely. Start my new job next week, and yeah, I think that's everything. That's like a nice little update to keep you guys updated on what's currently going on. I just wanted to give you guys a little update and have a little chit chat. I hope that's okay. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to end the video here, and I'll see you in my next video.